Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Back Ups.
What is up? I'm Timbo B. Davis, and I coach football.
And I'm Connor B. Feckley, and I coach football.
That's convenient, because this is a football podcast, a special podcast.
Special podcast.
I mean, we're basically live.
Pretty much, for the most part.
What you're seeing, so it is right now.
What you see is what you get.
Wednesday, 7:38 p.m. Alaska Standard Time. This is going to go live in roughly 4 hours at midnight.
Give or take, yeah.
Give or take. And so we're excited. Really no cuts. We're just rolling with what we got. Because you have a time crunch.
Games are coming up soon.
Games are coming up.
Got to get your picks in.
The Bahamas Bowl on December 17th is coming up on Friday morning at 8 a.m. in Alaska. So realistically, if you're listening or watching this, hopefully you're watching this on Thursday so that you can get your picks in for those Friday games.
Get in on the Bowl Mania.
I got to talk about something controversial.
Hit me.
Dabo came out with like a quote today that's going around Twitter, talking about how, hey, it's corrupt.
You're talking NIL stuff?
Talking NIL stuff.
Yeah.
Basically his thing was education is not the most important thing anymore.
I mean, it's such a slippery slope right now.
It is.
It's all new. It's all uncharted territory here.
Yeah.
I mean, and you got people coming out saying they'll pay you how much money to show up, and it's just education, like you said earlier when we were talking about, education may not have always been the top priority, at some extent. For
Was it
Division
ever
I
the
level.
priority?
I mean, hey, I'm just,
1912. I mean, college football used to be way bigger than professional football.
Yeah.
And so I'm not sure. We hide football behind these educational institutions.
Yeah.
I will say this, at the high school level, at least, if you are a small school or maybe not in the mecca of football, and I will say this, there's a bunch of NAIA coaches.
Yep.
D2 coaches. There's D3. There's many coaches out there who are educational. They're teachers.
Absolutely.
Teachers.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But big money.
And that's the thing. Because I'm not against in any sort of way, players making money and doing that. And I'm excited for this new thing. But it's just we just don't have any rules. And it's a lot of money.
Yeah.
I'm jealous. I was born in the wrong era. I don't think I would have made a whole lot of money anyway. But
probably wouldn't.
But it's exciting to have the chance, man. I mean,
we'd probably have a bigger studio.
We could.
Yeah.
You never know.
You'd be playing on Sundays.
I would have donated.
You would have
donated
donated
that, but I would have donated some money.
Well, hey, the way I see it, I'm not going to be the hypocrite that sits here and goes, oh, it's all bad. I want to be very clear about that, because here we are. We're doing a Bowl Mania breakdown. Bowl games are financial drivers of the NCAA football scene. Otherwise, we'd have a playoff system.
Yes, they're fun. They're awesome.
A real playoff system, not a
not a four
team.
Game
yeah, it's
a
real.
We don't need a 48 team playoff system.
Yeah,
but maybe more than 4, less than 48.
More than 4. I love FCS football. By the way,
awesome.
Before we get into this, there are other championships going along right now.
Oh yes, there is a big NAIA national championship coming up on Saturday afternoon.
You have some personal connections. The show has personal connections. What do we got?
Absolutely. So Coach Slicky, who's been on here a couple of episodes back.
2 weeks
now.
ago, yeah, 3 weeks
ago.
ago.
So he's coach on Morningside, and he's going to go back with his second or third national championship game. He's going to go get a chance to play in now. So, and then on the other side, Grandview University, who they're going against, Coach Dan Clark, who had the honor and privilege to work for at the University of Dubuque for
He had the honor and privilege of being your OC when you were the quarterback. Is that what you're saying?
Nope, I was his GA.
Oh, you were
so
GA.
Gotcha. I was doing all the stuff with him, staying up late. So both great coaches, great guys. Excited for them both. So yeah, it'll be fun to see how they duke it out. Both undefeated too. Both out of Iowa.
So the NAIA national championship is going to be lit.
It's going to be lit. Couple of awesome connections. So
that's
cool.
Fun. That's good stuff. Well, hey, we have 44 bowl games to break down. My heater went out. The studio heater. We have a fireplace. Unfortunately, it's LCD fireplaces. Yeah, it's for looks. It's to psych me out that we got an episode to get through. We got a bunch of bowl games, and so we're gonna dive into it. Here's the deal. This is kind of a shameless plug. Join us. This is a competition. It's been a competition we've been doing for a few years. It's called the Espn Bowl Mania Challenge. You can find it here on ESPN.com. You can check out all of it gives you previews and all that fun stuff. This is not an advertisement for ESPN, but I'll tell you what, I'm not really a bracket guy for March Madness. I just don't really do it.
That's too bad.
I know I should be. This is my bracket.
Yeah,
I sort of live for the Bowl
yeah.
Mania stuff. And the rules are this. You pick a team, and then you give them an amount of confidence that you think they're going to win. So, for example, spoiler alert, coming up here, I picked Washington State to beat Miami. It's kind of an upset. And I said at a confidence level of 3, which is very low.
Very low.
Very low. It's up to 40.
Could be a toss-up.
There's 44 games, so there's 44 points out there for a game, potentially. So if you're new to it, it's the funnest thing. It's the greatest way to spend Bowl Mania week.
It does make it fun, yeah.
It's
weeks, extended.
It's great. So I'm taking off the coach hat. I'm putting on the fan hat. This is 100% about being a college football fan.
All about being a fan.
And well, we're just gonna dive right into it. So we're hey, there we are. We're on the bottom of the screen. We're down the bottom. You're looking in the tiny screen.
I'm with you. I'm not
fair.
with him.
All right, word. So what we're doing is I've already made my picks. Connor's already made his picks. We have not shared each other's picks. We have not colluded on this. So I have left his picks blank. He's going to give me his pick. And Connor is currently the back-to-back champion on this.
We had a tie, and I actually won.
You won the tiebreaker against my sister.
Yeah. And then last year, Alabama.
I thought it would be. I always was afraid that I would top my sister because you know the expression that like a tie is like kissing your sister.
Don't do that.
Super weird. Don't kiss my sister. But no, you won. You've won 2 years in a row. Last year you won outright, dominate. So Connor's
Feeling
not
good.
giving his exact numbers. And you know what? I
mystery.
I in the competition I've made 2 picks. I've made 2 rounds. One of those is called Tiki Tiki Timbo. Tiki Timbo. That's hard to say.
I was like, what that say?
And on the Tiki Tiki Timbo pick, I'll be changing those throughout bowl season. My confidence level, because of
You kind of have to.
Yeah, because of everything. And this pick that I'm revealing, whatever's behind this black bar, when I reveal it, I'm locked in.
It's
a lead pipe lock. Unless Connor talks me out of it. That'd be the only way it changes.
We'll see.
So, all right. Without further ado, we got 44 games. We're going to do this. It's going to happen. Bahamas Bowl. Middle Tennessee versus Toledo.
Middle Tennessee versus Toledo.
What do you got?
I got Toledo.
You got Toledo. How confident are you in that pick? In Connor's giving us a scale of 1 to 5.
1 to 5, yeah.
1
just
to 5.
based off my
Okay.
confidence scale.
I like that.
There's a lot of bowl games, man. Some of these teams I
games.
didn't get a chance to watch as much this year. Some of these matchups are really, close, so the confidence scale is not going to be as high. And then I'm going to have a bunch of 1s and 2s or something. I'm just going to have to sort it out through there. But I'm going Toledo. I feel pretty good about them. They ended their season on a good note. They've been on a roll. Middle Tennessee's been roller coaster. I rate them at a 4.
You got a confidence level 4.
I feel good about Toledo.
I have picked Toledo as well. I've given them 6 points out of 44, so that'd be like a 1 or a 2. I'm pretty low on this. I think Middle Tennessee has some weapons that their offense hasn't been as explosive as it has been in the past. I think they can win some games. Toledo, though, I like Toledo. I think it's gonna be close. Again.
Being down, location matters too. Being in the Bahamas, out of your realm and stuff. So it's always a fun matchup down there. I know they always do a good job.
Middle did not travel well.
Morning.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say Middle did not travel well to Hawaii a few years back when they did the Hawaii Bowl. If I remember right, Hawaii won that game. So I'm thinking
some of those young players might be seniors, might have the same effect.
Maybe, I don't know.
Toledo.
All right,
Toledo.
All right. So we both picked Toledo. He's a little higher on them than I am. We'll roll with it. I like it. What do you got? Cure Bowl. Northern Illinois.
Northern Illinois and
versus Coastal Carolina.
Coastal.
Yeah.
I feel pretty good about Coastal. They've looked good all year. I'm same deal. I think Northern Illinois did end the season pretty high. I think this game could end up being a little close one. I'm Coastal 3.
Coastal 3. I've picked. I should do this faster. 43 points. So this is the second highest, most confident points you can give. I really like Coastal. One of my big metrics that I use when I'm picking the games, I use points per drive, defensive points per drive, or points per play. Sorry. So in this case, you go down and you can use you can find this stuff online pretty easily. Northern Illinois had the 113th ranked points per play defense, whereas Coastal Carolina had the 28th ranked, and Coastal Carolina, a year removed from a magical season, they can still move the ball.
They're fun to watch. Yeah.
Very, very, very big on Coastal. One of the strategies that many guys talk about is front loading your points. So like rather than put 44 and 43 points on household names, like the Ohio States and stuff.
Go with these small name ones.
Yeah, if you can find something like this.
Who'd you do that with last year?
Oh man, I can't remember.
I think it was Coastal.
Did it bite me? No, I went against Coastal last year, so I'm not making the same mistake this time.
And did they win?
And it was Liberty. Liberty got me.
You did one last year.
I was going against Liberty. Liberty got me too. All right, moving on. We got the Boca Raton Bowl. I'm assuming it's in Boca Raton.
I would assume so. It's a safe bet.
We got a real interesting one, Western Kentucky and App State. Who do you got?
This will be a fun matchup because in Western Kentucky, I've only got to watch them, briefly. I think just one really in-depth game one time, but they have their quarterback, Zappy, is fun to watch. Their offense is fun to watch. And on the other hand, App State has a great defense too.
Yep.
So it'll be a good matchup. I give it a 1 on my confidence, but I think App State's going to stick it out.
App State for a score of 1 confidence. No, I agree. I got Western Kentucky for a score of 2 out of 44. So I think we're talking
it's a toss-up.
Yeah,
I mean, it's going to be a good game no matter what. But.
And nobody has any confidence because we haven't watched probably enough Western Kentucky. Now, I have watched a little Western Kentucky.
A little bit.
The offensive coordinator is now at Texas Tech.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool.
So many coaching changes, and like I said, that obviously affects some of these picks and decisions just because of some of these teams don't have their head coach anymore.
Huge factor in picking these games. Utah State, Oregon State, and the LA Bowl. That's a real thing.
Oregon State. Say it again.
Oregon State, Utah State. Who you got?
I want to go Oregon State.
Oregon State. I'm going Utah State. Tell me about your confidence on Oregon State.
Not very high. A 1.
Okay. That's okay. Very good. I like Utah State here.
I like them too.
I like the defense. The Oregon State though played well. They put themselves in a great position to maybe get to the Pac-12 championship game. Going Utah State.
No, they had a good season, so I think they want to finish it off right, and it'd be a good chance for them to do so.
Go Aggies. We're also going full screen. I don't think we need to go to the other screen, so we're going full screen. Oh man, full screen. All right, here we go. BYU, UAB in the Independence Bowl. Who do you got?
I'm going BYU.
Solid BYU team here. What's your confidence level on BYU?
I think BYU is going to be one of my higher ones. I think they're 4, possibly leaning towards
4.
a 5. I feel good about BYU in this.
We have not colluded on this, and I think that kind of correlates. You have a confidence level 4 out of 5. I'm taking them 29 out of 44 points. I think that is. I like BYU.
Yep.
I think that they're a solid team.
Coach has got that ridiculous extension. They're in a good spot. I like what they got going on there.
Eastern Michigan and Liberty in the Lending Tree Bowl on December 18th. Who do you got?
I'll tell you what, if quarterback at Liberty ends up playing, which I believe I saw something out that he is.
I think he is.
I like Liberty to win, and I would give them 4, leaning towards a 5 as well. Yeah.
I love it. Liberty, I got them for 32 points out of 44, so I think that's a
Yep.
You said 4 or 5 for their confidence on that.
I'd probably go 4, and I'll look it over a little bit and see, but definitely up there.
So you like Liberty? I like Liberty's offense versus Eastern Michigan's defense. I think Liberty's going to move the ball. I think it's going to be a fun game to watch. Liberty's an interesting team. I went against both Liberty and Coastal last year. Wait, did they play each other? No. Who played each other?
They might have. I can't remember.
I got to go to the Wayback Machine.
Yeah, I can't
Anyway,
remember.
I know that I got burnt.
So many bowl games.
I got burnt by the Flames. Louisiana Raging Cajuns versus Marshall.
I know they just lost their head coach, but I think the Louisiana Raging Cajuns are a dang good football team. I got a chance to watch them a little bit, and I like what they got going on. I'm going Raging Cajuns.
You're going Raging Cajuns. I believe I'm going Raging Cajuns too. Oh, I didn't ask for your confidence. How confident are you in that?
3.
3. I got 34 out of 44 points for Louisiana. You're right. Coach is moving on.
It's just weird. I mean,
Yeah.
I've never been in that situation. Just think that like your head coach is just gone, and the season's not really like it's not over. You still got a game to go, and it's not like he got fired because he did a bad job. I mean, you're preparing for a bowl game,
Right.
So it's a.
But how
It's
did the
different.
coach? How did the coach move on? Is an incredibly important.
I think so too.
How it's handled is super important. For
Yeah.
example, and we're gonna come to this.
It's a different.
You know who I'm
different
gonna go right
different
to.
episode, but yep.
Brian Kelly goes to LSU, and the buzz at Notre Dame improved. Explain that.
Don't know. I guess you don't know what you
Let's
don't
go
have until you don't
Oklahoma.
have it, or
Oklahoma as well. You lose Lincoln Riley, and the buzz improves. I think it improves. I think that people are
it's
excited.
a good hire. Good hire.
I think both those hires are huge.
Yes, definitely.
And
both of
I
them.
think
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
big. What other schools? I'm trying to think of a few others. This is an example of a coach moving up. And so I think if your coach is going away, and he's fired going away,
Yeah.
that's a little different. Or if he resigns, like Virginia, Bronco Mendenhall resigns.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Also
it was
another good hire, though.
surprising. Yeah. But again, it's like, how does the coach leave? So if there's buzz about it, Miami, weird. Super. I'm not.
Yeah, how they handled it was kind of, not ideal. But they didn't want to be without a head coach. But
Yeah.
I don't know. They got their guy.
Yeah.
Manny Diaz.
They did get him.
He's what, DC somewhere? He just signed. Manny Diaz picked up somewhere.
I didn't see his staff he's put together yet, but yeah, no, Cristobal's there, and
Cristobal's there.
It's weird. It was all weird, but again, I think that goes to a psyche of a team.
So like, yeah, and is he
Bob Stoops showing up and bridging the gap for Venables
for like 3 days?
is great.
But he'll be there, but yeah,
I'm
yeah.
excited. I'm
Yes,
excited
totally.
if I'm at OU.
Yeah.
Whereas I'm excited if I'm at Notre Dame.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But I don't know how excited I am at some of the other schools that lost coaches. We'll get to that a little bit more.
Yeah.
You know, one coach who's not going anywhere. Primetime.
Man.
Coach Sanders. Remember when he went on that thing? He didn't want to be. He's like, why people?
Yeah.
People call him. But I go Coach Sanders. Coach Sanders at Jackson State.
5.
5.
Jackson State all the way. I did not see them losing that game. They're good, man. They got some talent. I know they've been on ESPN once, and I got a chance to watch them, and they got a good football team. And how about speaking of Dion?
Florida State flipping the
number
recruits?
1 recruit in the country.
Yep. That's awesome.
Flipped him from his alma mater.
From his own, and I love it. I love what Dion's doing.
I think it's cool, and
yep.
I mean, if Prime came to you and you're the number 1 corner in the country, and he says, hey, you could go to Florida State, you can come play for me.
Coach Sanders.
And you're gonna make money.
Yeah.
Dion's got money. He's gonna find you ways to make money. Like
He's going to get you lined up with the new era of college football.
you're gonna be it's gonna be fascinating to see exactly how the NIL stuff. All these big schools might not get all these kids that they all want because someone else might be able to give them a little bit more money or something, or bigger. So it'll be interesting. But
the NFL will find you.
Yes,
The NFL will find
especially
you.
if Prime's your
And
coach.
So I'm excited for him. I'm excited for flipping recruits. UTEP, Fresno State quarterback is playing. Quarterback for Fresno State. Look up the name. Help me out. What's the name of that kiddo again? He was like really good too.
Hayner.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And he entered the transfer portal, and then he untransfer portaled, and he came back when Jeff Tedford got the job, and so he's back.
Coaching matters, man. Your coach
Coaching matters. So who do you got? UTEP and Fresno State.
Fresno State.
Confident 1 through 5.
4.
4. I got Fresno State at 37 points. So
Yeah, and like I said, they might be one I might lean to being a 5 or 2. They're pretty good.
Yeah,
They're in a good matchup at least against UTEP there.
I agree. I like Fresno State a lot in that game. All right, going on. Can't talk about each game for forever. The Myrtle Beach Bowl, Old Dominion versus Tulsa. Where are we going with this one?
This one's a toss-up. I really need to.
How
get
much
a
Old
chance.
Dominion film did you watch?
About as much as I did with Tulsa film, so not a whole lot of either. But I'm gonna go Tulsa.
Yeah.
I'll give them a 2. I don't think I've gave a 2 a confidence scale yet here.
Okay.
I don't really got much to say on them. I'm looking at their last 5 games. Old Dominion's on a 5-game winning streak, but I think they started the season off terribly. So
I'm big on Tulsa because they almost beat Cincinnati, right? Like
they played them close, 28-20, and that was part of the reason I think I was looking through this.
You can't draw the exact conclusion. So, but for example, this is the one that I went to
SMU.
This is the one that I went to the defensive points. Whatever I don't know, like, because let's be real.
Yeah, look up something.
You know,
something
how much
to give
time?
You confidence in what it. Yeah.
So Tulsa's points per play. Oh, they're 76th. Maybe I didn't do my. But where's Old Dominion rank? Old Dominion is at 81st. So I guess that's kind of a push. So then, if that all fails, then I take a look at strength of schedule. Tulsa's strength of schedule sitting at in the nation right now 69th. Old Dominion is at 114th. And so, like,
Tulsa,
yeah, Tulsa, harder strength of schedule, better defense. Let's roll Tulsa. Let's go. Next one, we have the famous Idaho Potato Bowl. I love bowl names. It's great. Who do you got? Kent State or Wyoming? Real interesting one here.
Yeah. You know, I don't really know. I think this is another one where coaching staffs have been changed up a little bit.
Both?
There's some stuff going on.
Or no, Wyoming has.
Wyoming
yeah.
for sure. I'm not sure
Yeah.
about Kent State. But you know, I'm gonna go Wyoming.
Going Wyoming.
Another one I'm not really sure of, but
Yeah.
I'll take Wyoming.
Well, so Wyoming is in my favorite metric, points per play. Wyoming's 35th in the nation, and Kent State happens to be like 110th. I don't think Kent State 102nd. Kent State is not stopping anybody.
No, and I think Wyoming is gonna be So I feel good about them.
But so how confident are you in Wyoming? Sorry, not Kent State.
About a 3.
3.
I feel good with 3.
I went 13 because I haven't watched film on these teams. I'm looking at stats, I'm looking at highlights, and I'm looking at weird numbers.
Yeah.
And again, that's what fans got to do. You can't watch 100, especially if we have real jobs. This is
little kids.
Maybe we need to start like a Patreon. This could be a real job. Millions of dollars. And Moose's Tooth Pizza, which is
some pizza.
Reoccurring theme. Really cool matchup. The Frisco Bowl. UTSA, the darlings of college football, 12-1. San Diego State. Who do you got?
Man, I know San Diego State kind of fell apart there against Utah State in the bowl game there at the end of the championship there, but I think the games it's in Texas too, so I think I'm gonna go with the Roadrunners.
You like UTSA?
I think their season's been phenomenal. I think they're gonna, after losing that one game, they're gonna end it on a high note.
Okay. Texas San Antonio is the 64th in that defensive metric that I use so much. San Diego State's like 10th. So
they got good defense.
Yeah. So you're going UTSA. Is this our first disagreement?
It might be. I'm giving them like a 1 though.
Are you going at a 1? Okay, fair.
They're America. I mean, they've had a great season. I know that the coach there is fairly new and he's done a hell of a job since he's been there. So I'm going with them. I'm going to be a big win for them.
I got San Diego State. You got UTSA. I'm pretty high on San Diego State. I like that defense.
That's why I'd give it a 1 because it's a good game.
One thing we haven't really brought up is players sitting out this game. Another financial thing. This has got to be a whole episode. We got to do the finances of football episode.
Like we were talking about. Yeah, I mean, if the guys a chance to be in the first round pick, hey, that makes sense. But like you said, if there's starting to be these new NIL deals and you got a sponsor who wants to see you play in that game, you're playing in the Idaho Potato Bowl and you're sponsored by something to do with the Idaho Potato Bowl. Yeah, they're gonna want to pay you to see you play in that game. So maybe it'll be interesting.
Who's not sitting out? One team that definitely does not have anybody sitting out.
What is that?
That'd be Army.
Yeah, you're probably right about that.
They are fired up right now. I gotta think. Have you ever watched them on Twitter?
I don't know if I've seen them on Twitter.
Oh, dude, their Twitter reels of them lifting and stuff, their workouts.
I think I've seen a retweet or a favorite. Actually, now you say that. Yeah,
I'm a big fan of Army. And what they do there, it's always fun to see that Army Navy game.
Oh yeah, that was a fun game too. Yeah,
it was really fun. So you got Army, Missouri, on the Armed Forces. It's the Armed Forces Bowl.
Yeah, no, this is gonna be a good matchup. I mean, Missouri being an SEC team, they actually have a pretty tough defense, but I think I'm gonna go Army.
I
like a 1.
I got Army at 31. I'm going big. I'm big on Army. I just think the only reason that I'm not bigger on Army is just because of the letters SEC. Like it's just
always
hard for me to conceive.
Something.
It's hard for me to conceive that.
But how many offenses like that does the Missouri defense see, and their run defense already isn't that great. So
right, the Missouri's 111th in points per play.
So Army could absolutely run away with it. I might have to rethink that a little bit.
The Army. So I got Army strong. I got them at 31. Anyway, service academies are tricky in bowl games. So here's one thing. I know I keep saying we got to move on because the show will go forever. But one thing to consider, the big what if. So Navy, I think, had like the third strongest. They had like a really strong strength of schedule. So had Navy gone to, let's say Navy runs the table. It wasn't third. I know I saw that on the game, but this is saying 61st. So I'm gonna fact check CBS a little bit here. Let's pretend Navy's got a really strong schedule, or Army, whichever one. They then get. Let's pretend they get into the playoffs. Let's say they go 11-0 or whatever it is.
Yeah.
The playoffs are announced a week before Army Navy. What happens if one of them loses the Army Navy game and they're slated to play in like a playoff game? Especially if it expands to 8. That is not out of the realm of possibility.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Interesting.
That is interesting.
Would you take them out if they lose to Navy? An undefeated Army team loses to Navy. They're 8th in the nation. They're set to be this at-large bid, perhaps.
I don't know.
And they lose this bonus game.
Replace them with Air Force. I don't.
Yeah,
you change it.
Replace them with Air Force.
You change it up a little bit. I don't know.
Anyway, something to consider. Expand the college football playoffs.
It would be cool though to see, like you said, to see either a Navy or an Army in that position though in the college playoffs. Yeah. That would be awesome.
Yeah, it would be awesome. I would love to see them in the playoffs. That'd be
pretty cool.
That'd be fun to see Army, Alabama.
Yeah.
I think it'd be good. I remember
anyone against those teams would be fun.
Oh, we're going too far.
We're
going too far. Going in the rabbit hole.
We got
Florida. We got so much. On December 23rd, the Gasparilla Bowl, Florida, UCF. It is the battle of angry Florida teams. What you got?
Man, I don't know. Florida with the new coaching staff. UCF coming off a decent year. This one's kind of a toss-up, but I'm going to go Florida. I'm going to go Gators. I think the Gators got something to prove. They want to show everyone to kind of wipe this season clean, and start things right going into 2022 for them.
Confidence level?
3
out of 5. I got UCF with the upset.
I can see that.
At my 1-point game.
Yeah.
I'm not really putting my neck out here on this. I like UCF. I think they're not as good as Florida could be, but Florida's a mess.
It's really going to depend on how Florida comes into that. If the coaches that are there can get those guys locked in and can get those kids out there and playing at the level they can play at.
Is Florida's quarterback playing?
I believe so.
If he's
still there.
I thought he might be.
I feel like every big-time quarterback is transferred away, so I'm not sure.
I can't. Okay.
UCF's quarterback's left, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Gabriel?
Yeah.
No.
He
already left. He might have edited that out. He might be at Florida State.
We are live.
Never mind. There's a lot going on. I don't watch a whole lot of UCF this year, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So
no, I haven't either, actually. This is probably the least amount of UCF I've watched in a few years. So
yeah.
Miami of Ohio versus North Texas. Who do you got?
Miami of Ohio.
Why?
I don't know.
Any reason?
North Texas. Miami of Ohio.
Miami of Ohio. I also have Miami of Ohio. My defense, I think, again, I just really believe in that metric for bowl games.
Hey, defense wins championships.
Yes, it does, and bowl championships
and bowl games.
Memphis versus Hawaii. Who you got? In the Hawaii Bowl. Memphis is going to Hawaii. Remember we talked about Middle Tennessee at the beginning of the show.
Yeah, traveling out there.
Tough place to travel to.
Yeah, it is. Hawaii, obviously, just getting to kick back in the sunshine and practice. And I'll go Rainbow Warriors.
Rainbow Warriors.
About a 1.
At a 1. Well, I got Memphis at 20. And the reason is because I've been hearing...
I might change that.
I've been hearing on like other podcasts and some stuff that Todd Graham is like wildly
That's exactly
disliked.
what I was just going to say.
Yeah,
I
wildly disliked by his team. There was a report that, quote, the players have learned to hate football.
Hate the game.
Or some hate the game. Ugh.
So the only thing that could save that would be if those players have a great bond amongst themselves and they're just ready to go, play for them, I guess, if they're not going to want to play for their head coach. But so if they have that kind of energy, they can still come out and play well. But you're right. I didn't think about that as much. If that is the case, though, Memphis could run away with this one.
A lot goes wrong on the beaches of Waikiki.
Different podcast.
That's a different podcast for a different time.
So I might switch that to Memphis, honestly.
All right.
Now you bring that back.
All right. We'll put Hawaii / Memphis for yours.
The picks will be in. All right. The picks will be in by Friday.
Well, we can't.
We can change it up, I guess.
You have some. Again, you have something on the table here. You are back-to-back champion. You can't just reveal your numbers.
I'm talking crazy, maybe on purpose.
Yeah, maybe it's all a bait and switch here. Who knows? Ball State, Georgia State in the Camellia Bowl.
The Camellia Bowl is a Christmas Day Bowl too, isn't it?
It is December 25th, the only Christmas Day Bowl.
Georgia State.
Georgia State. Why?
I think I saw them on TV once this year at some point, or a highlight or two, and they were kicking butt in one of the games or something. And like I said, a team I haven't spent a lot of time watching, but watched enough to know that I like them more than I like Ball State. So
yeah, I don't know how good Ball State is. They actually have not a bad defense, according to this. I'm big on Georgia State. How would your confidence level on that?
4. I feel good about that.
I haven't watched Georgia State play this year. This is all a statistic-based decision. But I like Georgia State. I'm into that.
Yep.
It feels good. Western Michigan versus Nevada. Another coach gone.
Another coach
Nevada.
gone.
Yeah.
I like Nevada. Their offense was fun this year. Just the same deal. Not a whole lot of getting a chance to watch them, but different highlights, different peaks. I know they got a good quarterback there, and they were able to throw the ball around, do some stuff with the offense. So I like them.
Yeah, I think Nevada is solid. I think I actually had this game higher. I really, really like Nevada this year, and
yeah.
I have watched them a couple times. I was impressed. Where's their head coach going? Colorado State, correct?
I believe so. Yes.
Yeah,
because he just went over. He didn't leave.
Yeah.
He just switched spots. But
yeah,
Colorado State, new stadium.
Yeah.
Throwing some money into that program.
Yeah. Confidence.
4, Nevada 4.
Boom.
Yeah, I forget about that one.
Sweet. ECU, Boston College.
Boston College. They're just gritty. I feel like they always just show up ready to go in bowl games and just run the football. I feel like whenever I see Boston College, they just have some big dude bulldozing somebody, and so yeah. I like them.
I think they have like a sophomore quarterback who's gonna be pretty good. He's got a crazy name. I can't remember right off the top of my head. But I do like Boston College in this game. How confident are you with Boston College?
2.
I've watched no ECU film. Boston College is sitting there at the 58th defense, and ECU is at 82. So I'm pretty high on Boston College with their defense. Yep. Louisville Air Force. This one I actually studied a little bit. A little bit in depth because I don't.
It's interesting.
Yep. What you got?
Air Force has got a little bit better of a defense. I know you're looking at the defensive numbers there. But Louisville's a tricky team, man. They got a dynamic quarterback there, and if he comes out and plays well, they play well. So I'm a quarterback guy, and so I'm gonna go Louisville.
Man, I've been. This pick has gone back and forth.
Yeah,
that's why I have it as a 7.
It's low
out of 44. I had Louisville in mind for a while. How confident are you on the Louisville?
About a 1.
Yeah,
like you said though, those teams are always tricky.
Service academies, they're tough. UCLA, NC State. Chip Kelly, will he be there? I mean, probably, but he hasn't gotten a job yet.
No,
right?
No, not that I know
time of filming.
NC State.
NC State.
Yeah, I think NC State had a heck of a season. I think they want to end it the right way, and I think, like you said, UCLA with all the different coaching stuff they got going on. Even though they ended their season on a high note, I still think the Wolfpack are going to get it done.
Confident level 1 through 5?
About a 3, about the middle of the pack. I think hopefully it should be a good game.
Love it. Ooh, probably my favorite game of the bowl season: Houston versus Auburn in the Birmingham Bowl.
Yeah, I think that'll be.
Bo Nix is out,
and Bo Nixon's out. He's leaving. I don't know where he's gonna go. Nixon. Yeah, Nix. Yeah, Bo Nix. I don't know where he's gonna go. It'd be interesting.
Yeah, that's really.
I don't know why he wanted to leave.
No, I don't. It has to be a coaching thing.
It must be. They know they got the new guy that came in. Does he go to UCF?
Ooh, that'd be interesting.
Especially if they just lost a quarterback.
Yeah, I don't know. He's gone. He's gone. He's not in the picture. He's in the portal. He's still in the portal. Who do you got? Auburn, Houston. Even with Bo Nix.
I like Auburn after getting a chance of how they played Alabama. If they can come and play like that, they're they're going to be hard to beat. So and Houston's a good team too.
Oh, you know me, right?
Houston's a good team too,
me.
man. That'd be a 1 for me. That's going to be.
Level?
That might be one I need to look up, leading up to the game and see if I move it around. But.
The fight in the Holgos. I love Houston. I love what they've done. Listen to the Tony Franklin podcast. He actually talked about Holgorsen and how he's always seen Houston as this gold mine.
I would imagine
of a place that can actually be something. He feels that they can be like the Cincinnati. They can be the team that can make the noise.
Absolutely, I can see that.
So I like Houston here. I think this is a springboard game. I'm pretty big on. 16 is not a huge but it's it's a strong when you're going against Auburn, at least the brand of Auburn. Let's put it that way.
No, absolutely.
So Minnesota, West Virginia. Speaking of Dana Holgorsen.
Yeah. Minnesota.
Row
the boat. What the heck?
Row the boat. I got him too.
He gets them playing well, man. I think in bowl games too, especially 8-4 season, pretty good year for Minnesota. I think they're gonna finish it off high.
Confident level?
4. Feel pretty good about
one
them.
of Neil Brown's assistants just went over to Minnesota. That's an interesting thing. So West Virginia assistant is now one of the, and I don't know the exact position, but anyway, check that out. That could be something.
If all these new coaches are they coaching right away? Or are they not starting until after bowl game? Or is it different on what they're agreed to do?
I don't think any coach that's coming in is coaching in their bowl games. I think they're just out recruiting during this season, and they're
just full recruiting mode.
They're full recruiting
mode. It's always so interesting to be like, how involved are they? Are they showing up in the office at all to show face, or are they they're not allowed in the door yet? That's why they're on the road. Like you see all the coaches out and about. Like Lincoln Riley, it's like he stopped at 3 recruits' house. On his way to USC. It was just like he was right away. So it's interesting.
Well, and Marcus Freeman's obviously going to coach the game for Notre Dame. But here's a quote he had. He talked about he plans to be the, quote, lead recruiter on every prospect and take an active role. You can only imagine if you're coming into a place. I still think you would try to be involved in that game. It's
at least to get an idea of what your coaches are scheming up, so you can get an idea of what they're doing for the kids. Because they want to. Imagine they're scheming up what can put their kids in the best position. So, as a new coach, you want to find out, hey, these are going to be my athletes. So what how are ways that you're using. What are you doing to utilize them? And
I would just want to get in with the guys right away. If I'm Brent Venables,
and even more
I want to be on the sideline.
Yes.
Let Bob do it.
Do it. I want to be out there cheering.
Bob
I want to show energy.
Legend.
That's what I'm saying.
You're not going to tarnish. You're not threatening Bob Stoops.
None
you're
at all.
Brent Venables. You're national champion. You're Oklahoma.
But like
royalty.
you said, though, it'd be awesome to have the new coach on the sideline celebrating with the kids.
Be the hype man.
He didn't have to be any responsibility.
Be the dude waving the towel with the walk-on.
That'd be awesome.
Or the red shirts and all that, the 50 when they kick the ball.
I don't know how much that can, I guess I don't know about all that, but it's awesome.
Speaking of one guy who's not going to be seen jumping around with a towel, Texas Tech, Mississippi State, it's the Mike Leach Bowl. I'm sorry, no, it's the Liberty Bowl. But Mike Leach still owed millions of dollars from Texas Tech, depending on who you listen to. Who do you got in this one?
I'm going Leach.
Yeah,
I think Leach and them are going to get it done. Texas Tech kind of, like I said, end of the season poorly. Mississippi State, they just stayed in games, man. That air raid system just gets it done sometimes in the SEC. It's been fun to watch and see them kind of evolve and implement that system and start getting some of his guys in there and stuff. So I'm excited. I think they're gonna win that one.
Confidence level
4. I feel good about Montana State.
I think if Mike Leach. His guys are a big deal. He's kind of it's the air raid in big time college football can beat you at any time. Going back to the Kentucky game in '97 with Bama, but the air raid can always win at these random times. Consistency is the big thing.
Yes.
With all that said, Texas Tech is in the middle of a coaching change. That's a mess.
A lot of stuff going on.
So I think the new coaching staff. Who is it? Rhett Lashley? Is he coming in?
Yes.
I think he's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
But again, this is another example of why don't you coach? Wait, no, Rhett Lashley's at SMU. No, who's at Texas Tech? Oh my gosh, this is why Google exists, guys.
I think he just took the head job at SMU.
That's what it is.
Because he was the OC at Miami or something?
Yeah. Yeah, we're Googling. That's okay to Google if you don't know the name. Joey McGuire is the new head coach at Texas Tech. So there you go. Actually, who's at SMU? Taking over for Sonny Dykes, who went to TCU.
TCU.
We can figure this out. You can figure this out. Get your bowl picks. Virginia Tech, Maryland, in the Pinstripe Bowl in Yankee Stadium. Who do you got?
Yeah. I don't like Maryland. I don't like what they're doing. I mean, I'm not. And Tua's brother has had some good games, but he's had some really crummy games. Hokies. I think they got a good energy.
What confidence level do you have on that?
About a 3.
Whoops, sorry, I put the wrong team
Could
there.
shift up, but I think they'll come out ready to play. Maryland, I don't ever know, man.
They're inconsistent. I don't think Maryland's that good, and I don't believe in a team that has 4 colors as their primary jersey colors. I don't care if it's your flag.
This guy's old school.
I don't care if it's your flag. I like 2 and sometimes 3. If one of those 3 is white, or maybe black.
They got more than that.
Maybe black. Virginia Tech, crazy. Virginia SMU. Speaking of SMU, what do we like here? I wonder who.
Virginia, same deal. Going through a coaching change. Just got a brand new head coach. So I think the future's bright for Virginia. SMU losing their coach, getting a new deal coming in. I don't know, SMU losing the last game of the year like that. Obviously losing Cincinnati, then losing to Tulsa. I just don't know where their heads are at with everything. Virginia also, on the other hand, also on a 4-game losing streak. I'll go SMU with a 1. I have no idea about this game.
I have SMU at 22 points because I think they're, you have the defensive coordinator, Jim Leavitt will be coaching the game. Although again, I think this is a great time.
Is a good time, yeah.
A great time for a coach to come in and start. Anyway, what'd you say? Confidence level of SMU 1?
Yeah, I just don't know enough about that game yet. Yeah. I got to figure out a little bit more.
There it is.
Got some time for that one yet.
Clemson, Iowa State, 2 teams that did not think they'd be playing in the Cheez-It Bowl.
No,
at
certainly
the beginning
not.
of the season. What you got?
Clemson started playing a lot better towards the end of the year. They got healthy. DJ, their quarterback there, finally started figuring stuff out a little bit. They just had no offense for so much of the year. I like Iowa State. I like what they got going on there. But I think Clemson's going to want to end the year on a high note. I don't think they want to go from being, in the college football playoff every year to the Cheez-It Bowl and then losing the Cheez-It Bowl.
Yeah.
I know they're going through different coaching changes and stuff too, but I think those kids, they still want to win. I think Dabo will get them psyched up.
I think Dabo's he's going to figure it out.
He's got to prove himself.
He is. I have him at 27. That might be high just talking it out loud because you are right. They are. Iowa State's great.
A new OC, a new DC. They lost both those for Clemson. That's why I say it's going to be a big prove-it game for Dabo.
Confident level?
About a 2.
2. I have them at my 27.
Iowa State, they're going to be ready to roll too. So
Iowa State's a great football team.
Yeah.
Yep. They're kind of like the so high of college football. If you're an Alaskan guy,
listening, yeah.
Just a colony when colony is good. Just a bunch of grinder kids that can play really good football. Very, very disciplined. Matt Campbell is one of.
You're doing a great job.
Dude, how about the senior day video?
I know.
My gosh.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Yeah. I mean, I'd be happy for either team to win that game, honestly. So
yeah. You know who doesn't have a coach? Well, no, they do have coaches, but Oregon and Oklahoma, both teams who lost their coaches in weird ways. Tell me your thoughts, because this is, I think, the greatest example of cultures going opposite directions with the new coaches.
Yeah, no, I think Oklahoma's kind of in a better spot because they're bringing somebody back in who has, ties to the program. People are excited about him. Obviously he has a great resume from where he's been and what he's been doing. When he was at Oklahoma, went to Clemson, now coming back. Lanning coming from Georgia, a good hire, but same deal. I think he's an East Coast guy. I don't even know if he's ever even been to the state of Oregon.
Yeah.
And so him coming over there and taking over, I think he'll bring some good energy. Obviously, great defensive minds. Hopefully, they can get some great defensive players over there in Oregon and get going. But I think Oklahoma's is in a better spot right now, and they still got Caleb Williams, who's going to be playing in that game. And so I think the Sooners are going to get it done.
Yeah. So here's this one's weird, right? At what level do you think the Sooners are going to get it done?
You know what? I think too is Oklahoma's are the same color as Utah, and Oregon does not play Utah very well. So Oklahoma might run away with this one. So I don't know. I feel pretty good. 3-4 might shift around, but yeah.
I'm giving you 4 just because I'm going strong here.
I feel good about it.
I'm a 38. I feel really good about it because I see, again, you brought in a legend to be a bridge to somebody who's going to be very good. I don't think that Brent Venables is going any. I think he's going to be the guy to usher them into the SEC for years. I think he could be good.
He'll be a great recruiter. For him. He'll be able to get some good guys there.
Man, I like him. I think he'll bring good football.
I don't know who's going to be coaching Oregon. I don't know who their coach is.
So Oregon is the. I don't know who the head coach is for that game, but I know that Joe Moorhead's staying to call the offense. And I've actually heard some opinions that that may open up Oregon's offense to be a little bit more up tempo, doing some cooler things, some different.
And why not? Things. You get a chance to kind of showcase, what you're going to be bringing to your new program.
Maybe it. I've heard rumors that Cristobal held down the offense a little bit. Don't know how true that is.
Running the ball. O-line.
So I'm big on Oklahoma for multiple reasons, but if Oregon comes out and looks wild and fast,
they could be doing something different offensively because they got the talent.
Yeah.
And
so I loved Joe Moorhead at Penn State.
Yeah.
I loved his stuff there. I thought that was really, really good.
You got a lot of time to prepare. I mean, it'll be an interesting matchup. You brought up a good point there.
Word. A weird one. The Carolina Bowl. It's called Duke's Mayo Bowl.
Duke's Mayo Bowl.
So I heard that there's like, what, $10,000. They'll put in $10,000 to a charity if the head coach gets dunked with mayo. I don't know how true that is.
Mac Jones covered in mayo.
Oh my, Brown. Mac Jones covered in mayo. That's.
I'm like visualizing Mac Brown being covered in mayo, and I say Mac Jones.
Like, is that some weird Bill
Mac
Belichick
Jones.
fantasy?
No. Covered in mayo.
Oh,
Gross.
shoot.
Belichick covered in mayo.
Oh no.
Probably more than $10,000 to see that.
Oh shoot. So this is a weird one.
If Howell plays, which I believe he is, correct?
I've heard he is, but again, that could change. December 30th. We got some time. It's a post-Christmas bowl.
Spencer Rattler will not be playing.
He will not be playing in that game. What is you can't transfer portal and play in a bowl game, right?
No, you can. That'd be unbelievable if you could.
Super wild.
I mean, you get like a month. You could technically probably pull it off.
Oh, I mean, you could do it football-wise. There's no doubt that these guys could show up and in a month have a pretty
understanding of the offense for sure.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Mac Brown, covered in mayo. I'm gonna go Tar Heels. Kind of a toss-up though.
No.
They could come out hot and then blow it in the late like they have most of the season, and they're just not a great second half team.
They are weird, man.
But South Carolina doesn't score a lot of points. So I think North Carolina can run away with this one.
All right. PD Pablo. Raise up. Is that a joke you get? PD Pablo?
Like backyard baseball talking about?
Raise up. Take your shirt off. Just around your head.
Rapping PD Pablo. Yeah. I was like backyard baseball? Like the rapper PD Pablo?
I didn't know if
it's only two PD Pablos I know.
I don't know what era that was even.
I'm not sure either,
my rap music gets confused. How confident are you in your UNC pick?
3.
This is like a magic show. Pretty much, I think we're like consistent with I think we have like 2 or 3 disagreements. It's like I can read your mind, but this will be interesting as we get down
similar
to the
process how we go about things. But like I said, we'll change it up.
Yeah, Purdue and Tennessee in the Music City Bowl in Nashville, Tennessee.
Yeah, in Nashville. This is a good game. This will be a good matchup. I think Tennessee. I think they surprised some people and had some good wins this year. Purdue did end the year, doing pretty well. Obviously, got the big win against Michigan State when it mattered. But I like Tennessee. I like my Volunteers.
I don't like my pick here. I might drop it for my other pick. I might even flip it. How confident are you in Tennessee?
Not very. This is like a 1 or 2 one. This is just gonna be one of those ones where I kind of just don't know, and I'm just gonna have to throw it in there towards kind of my bottom, just because I'm not sure.
Yeah, this one's tough for me. I went Purdue. I could see it going one way. I heard that Purdue's best 2 players might be opting out. I don't even know what they play.
So like I said, that might be something that
I just saw a report. It just said
into it.
Purdue's top 2 guys opting out. And if that's the case, that's going to be an issue. Tennessee's defense is slightly, they're 60 and 61, produced 31 on the points per play. I went Purdue, but literally researching an hour ago before we started, I popped up. It said Purdue's best 2 players out potentially for the draft, and that doesn't bode well for Purdue. You can't be. That's not a team that can survive with their key players out.
Yeah,
so
no, absolutely.
I need to do more research on that. Again, that's part of this bowl thing. This stuff is happening.
We're just trying to help you out a little bit.
Yeah, this stuff is happening we
don't know
constantly. So you got to keep your eyes on the Twitter.
Check Twitter, man.
Michigan State and Pitt. The quarterback for Pitt.
Pickett.
The Pickett rule.
The Pickett. Yeah.
We have a Pickett rule now.
Rule.
We can't fake it. Which is awesome. That was a great play.
It was a great play, and I kind of agree that you can't do that. You can't do that. But
It's like so much gamesmanship. Like
yeah,
it's
totally.
brilliant. And I want to know this. Did he plan it? I haven't really researched it and heard any quotes. Did he plan it, or did he just spontaneously think athletically, oh, I'll fake a slide?
I'm sure it's practice, but I always thought about it too. Like, it's hard to fake it. Like, how much do you have to commit? You know, and he kind of just started slowing down and realized that they were backing off, and so he was able to.
Yeah.
I think Michael Vick tried something like that a while, like way back in his day. But I think he actually like slid and got back up and did something way before that rule back in the day. Go look it up on YouTube.
Well, in the NFL rule, I think at one point you could slide and get back up. Like there was no protected sliding.
It wasn't a protected slide, yeah. Or it end wherever you stopped, not where you started.
Yeah.
Which I think is.
Unless you dive head first.
Yes.
Anyway, we are way off topic.
Go on.
Pitt, Michigan State. Michigan State's running backs are probably out, by the way.
Yeah. Man, it's a toss-up, too. Because I think Pitt's been on a roll. Michigan State's obviously a dang good football team still. But, I like Pitt.
Okay.
Awkwardly, I like Pitt.
Okay.
I give it a 1 just because I think it's a game that's going to be close. Good matchup, at least. So,
yeah.
I don't know.
I'm rolling Michigan State. I think Michigan State's a more complete team.
Pickett has a day.
I don't think
he could be all right.
Yeah.
If Pickett doesn't play.
Yeah.
If he doesn't play, I'll tell you right now, I'm changing it to Michigan State.
Yeah. Okay, fair.
I mean,
with confidence level 1. Yeah. So again, you have some time. It's December 30th. That's one you can flip on. As you guys are doing this, these locks for me are locked. They're locked, but I'm gonna have the other bracket that I'm gonna be researching the whole time. So we'll see, and it'll be interesting to compare the two.
Yes.
The one that I tinker with.
You'll probably move some around and be like, I should have never moved it.
Exactly. I know I'll be playing that game. Wisconsin, Arizona State in the Las Vegas Bowl. Badgers. Big time.
Going Badgers.
Big time.
I think they're going to go in there and be able to run the football, control it on defense, and just be able to kind of dominate that game just with force and power.
Is that a 5 out of 5?
Yeah, I feel pretty good about it.
You don't have one yet. You gotta
I feel pretty good about Wisconsin.
Oh, no, Jackson State's your other 5 out of 5.
Yeah, Jackson State. I feel pretty good about Wisconsin. I think they want to – they're on a roll. Lost that one against Minnesota at the end of the year. So I think they want to end the year right.
I put a star there because I'm encouraging you strongly. I'm persuading you on this one to go 5 out of 5. I think – so Arizona State's 2 running backs are out. Like their top 2 running backs I think are opting out. I think the only drawback is Wisconsin's offense is sometimes kind of funky.
If they can throw the ball a little bit, I think they'll be fine.
Yeah.
If Mertz can come out and throw the ball a little bit, they'll be all right. And I think running the football, they'll be just fine. So, and defensively, I think they'll be able to hold up.
Weird year for Wisconsin.
Really weird year.
Super up.
Super down.
Not up.
And then they went down, and then up, and then lost to Minnesota.
Yeah.
Or else they would have been playing in the Big Ten.
Which is crazy. Yeah.
Because Iowa should not have been there.
We're going to come to that.
Any Iowa fans who got to argue that, come see me. I'm with you.
Yeah. Iowa's a weird – we'll get to that. We're coming to that.
Should
Miami of Florida versus Washington State.
Same deal. I think, going through weird coaching stuff. Washington State, I guess, has been dealing with that for a little bit longer than Miami has.
Yeah, they've been spending a whole time. It's Coach Jake Dickert, whose name I forgot, to be funny. To be honest, not to be funny.
To be funny. Mean dude.
I'm mature. So he was the interim. He was named the permanent. Wow, 5-year contract. I didn't realize that's how long he signed for. So he'll be around or getting paid for a minute.
Wow. I didn't realize that either.
Yeah, so he's locked in.
I like Miami.
Okay.
I like the U.
Okay.
I think Miami's gonna. I think they still got a lot of talent on that football team.
Confident level?
2.
Yeah.
I might have to look a little bit more into that one, but
I think the Miami distractions were a lot.
yeah.
And so I'm interested to see what team shows up at the Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl.
Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl.
Bowl games. I love them. This one's weird, and I'm locking in a pick tonight. I had this one way different. Wake Forest, Texas A&M. What do you got? Texas A&M's quarterbacks are out.
Like all of them?
They are
starting. They've played so many guys.
They are starting a walk-on freshman named Boss.
He'll probably ball out.
Who's a lefty, I guess.
He's probably he has got no film on him. The Demon Deacons are gonna have no idea what they're up against, and Texas A&M still got a very great team. I think Jimbo's got the number 1 recruiting class coming in there right now too. So future is bright for Texas A&M. I'm excited to see if Jimbo's gonna be able to make them a contender there in the SEC there, and maybe knock Alabama off the pedestal for a year.
Blake?
Not more than that. Probably just a year, maybe 2.
Blake Bost. The Blake Bost era at Texas A&M. So you like Texas A&M?
I think I'll go Texas A&M.
How
the
much?
Young kid, I mean, he's a true freshman at Texas A&M. He's probably going to be able to ball, I would imagine. This one, I'll go with 4. I think I still feel good about Jimbo and what they got going on and that team as a whole.
Well, they secured the number 1 recruiting class. So you're
moving,
fired up. It's like moving, are they going to be fired up?
You want to win that game because you got a lot of kids coming in.
Right, yes.
You want to win that game. I mean,
the coaches do.
Yeah.
And I think the team, obviously, and it's motivation.
I think the extra motivation for the coaches is going to make them do what they need to do to get their players.
I agree. I love Wake Forest offense. I had Texas A&M super high, and then I brought them back down to 15 after the quarterback deal. I had them up in like 40 pick. Wake Forest, if you watch this game, this will be a fun one to watch. Their RPO game is really unique. They run the slowest inside zone draw RPO I've ever seen. It's really weird, but it's super effective.
Yeah, it's fun to watch, but yeah, it works.
I forgot their quarterback's name. He's kind of a baller. So anyway, Texas A&M it is, but I had to drop them down. That was like a higher pick for me until we got the Boss era. Michigan and Georgia in the first semifinal game of the night.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of Georgia when they throw the football. I think Kirby Smart needs to get a quarterback. He should never let Justin Fields leave. I mean, that's their one thing they're missing is like that next level quarterback. Yep. And I know Georgia likes to run the football, but go get a guy who can throw the ball and can win you the game on offense when you can't run it, when you go against a good defense like they're going to be facing against Michigan. So if Michigan's offense can show out and can move the ball and score some points against Georgia, I think Michigan's going to have a shot. But if Georgia's defense is fired up and comes out against this is going to be a low one for me. I'm going to go Georgia. I just think I don't know.
Confident level?
1. I think this is going to be a close. I just don't know what offenses are going to show up.
This one's locked in for me at 24, but at Georgia. But it's slowly dropped down through the day as I'm putting this together. And on my other pick, this one could get lower and lower. I agree with you wholeheartedly about how long is it going to be for us to see horribly boring Georgia offense?
I mean, it's just like they have so. I watch Georgia because I want to watch like their defensive front play. And when the offense comes on, I'm an offensive guy, but I just have no interest in watching them throw the football. At least, I mean, they have great receivers too who can make some plays, but
just wait a day and watch it on Sunday.
Yeah, go get a dynamic quarterback who can really, push that offense and be more dynamic because the defense is there. They have the talent. They have the offensive line, but they're just very one-dimensional in that sense.
Very one-dimensional. How does this Georgia not have the most dynamic dual-threat quarterbacks?
Well, you had Justin Fields, and you let him leave. Kirby, I don't know. We weren't there.
Yeah, we
Kirby
weren't.
Smart's doing a good job. I think that's the one thing Georgia needs to get over the hump.
I mean, now Ohio State's losing quarterbacks.
Well, they're also getting. They got some other good ones. They got some good ones there.
They're gonna be just
That's a
fine.
different story.
We'll come to them in a minute.
Texas, that'll be fun.
Central Michigan, Boise State, and the Arizona Bowl.
Boise State.
Fair. Me too.
Boise State 4.
Cool. That's a 30 out of 44, so that
Yeah.
mathematically
They could
translates
maybe
pretty
even
close.
go up. I feel they're pretty
Bama,
high.
Cincy.
You know, I love what Cincinnati's doing. I picked Georgia last year when they played against Cincinnati, and Georgia barely pulled it off.
Yep.
I think Cincinnati's going to come out. I think they're going to shock people. It's either going to be a really close game, or Bama's going to blow them out by 40.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, I've been doing that for a while, so Bama, roll tide all the way.
Roll tide on this one. I wholly agree. I'm at 42. This is my second highest.
Yeah, they will probably end up being pretty high for me, too, in this game.
4 or 5.
I'd go 5. They're going to be towards the top.
I just think that Cincinnati is good. I think that Alabama and Georgia as complete teams are at another level. Michigan impressed me as of late at the end of the season. The way they beat Ohio State. Hutch is a bad man. Hutchinson.
Yeah.
Bad
Yeah.
man.
No, he's good.
You see the Twitter of him like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh.
You know, but like I said, to watch, I thought differently of this game after watching the SEC championship. Watching Alabama just be able to go score at will against the best defense in college football.
Yeah.
I just don't know if Cincinnati can do it.
Alabama's has done, and they did it a few years ago, really, with Hurts and Tua. They've done what we're saying Georgia needs to have happen. Kirby needs to learn on that one, I think. Like, you know, it's not like he's not trying.
No. And I'm not saying like, you know, what they have Stents, whatever his name is at Georgia.
Yeah.
I mean, Mac Jones isn't the most dynamic runner, but but he can make the throws. You know, he can do the dynamic things just enough to win ball games and push an offense and be able to be more than one dimensional. You know, I mean, he can make the throws you need to.
Sark at Alabama was absolutely catching lightning. When Sark was at Alabama, working with Belichick, that was
Alabama working with Saban.
Yeah. That was lightning in a bottle. I'm not sure Bill O'Brien is lightning in a bottle. He's just, I like Bill O'Brien his personality, and I've liked watching some of his clinic film, but like, yeah, I think Nick actually is now a big believer in pushing things with the RPO game and the tempo stuff. I think he's
shout out Lane Kiffin, bringing it over to him, opening up the door for him. And, well, I mean, hey, when you figure out that you can score 40 points a game or more, you know, you don't got to work so hard in the defense. You know, I mean, you still got to hold them to their high standard, but when you can still do all the smart things, be able to control the game, you know, and be smart with throwing the football. You're not, you know, throwing 50% or less. You're having big plays because you're able to run the football and do what you want to do. So,
all right, we have woke up from the hangover. It is no longer New Year's Eve. It's January 1st, New Year's Day. Iowa versus Kentucky.
Next.
Like Kentucky.
I just what offense does Iowa have? I mean, what?
I just don't. But here's the deal. I almost don't want to pick Kentucky only because I'm sorry. Let me rephrase this. I don't want to pick Kentucky high. Because if I pick them high
and they lose, I'm
gonna be so mad at Iowa. I just don't like Iowa.
Kentucky should absolutely win this football game. Iowa, I don't know.
Numbers, confidence.
What you just said kind of stuck with me, but 4.
4 out of 5.
4 out of 5 for Kentucky.
I just can't. That's funny because I went 4 out of 44. I just can't. I could see Iowa doing one of those weird 22-19. We won on a safety.
I think Kentucky's trying to turn I think they're trying to turn the leaf though. Kentucky's got some really good recruits coming in.
Stoops stayed. His OC or DC stayed. Which one just announced?
I can't remember. I didn't see that one, but I just think they got they want to be able to prove that they can get over the hump, and I think beating Iowa, winning the bowl game will help them. So I like Kentucky.
Ole Miss Baylor.
Oh man, that's gonna be a heck of a game. I just don't think. Man, I'm gonna go Baylor. To be honest with you.
Okay.
I just think they're gonna be ready. Defensively, they're gonna be pretty lights out. If Coral plays really well, it could end up being.
Yeah.
Is he playing? He's playing for sure,
right?
I think so. Yeah, it could be a tie. If they can contain Coral, I think Baylor's gonna get it. This might be another one I might need to look into more.
Number, confidence as
2.
of now, 2. I like Ole Miss at a 5 out of 44. Notre Dame, Oklahoma State. I think Notre Dame took a step up. I think they have that energy going.
100%. And Oklahoma State should not have ended the season the way they did. Yes, I think Notre Dame.
So what do you like Notre Dame at?
I like them feeling pretty good. 4.
4. I have Notre Dame low. I have them at 8 out of 44. I like Oklahoma State's defense. I really, really do. Notre Dame has a few big names, running back, safety, I think. They're foregoing the game. What'd you say, 2? No, what'd you say? Notre Dame at how high?
I think that's 4.
4, sorry.
Might change that, but
No.
4 for now.
Whoops. What do we do here? We're pressing buttons, guys. There we go. Boom. All right, we have 4 more games to go, one of which we don't even know who's playing. Penn State versus Arkansas in the Outback Bowl.
Arkansas I watched them play a little bit this year, and they were pretty interesting. I'd like to see Arkansas win. I think I'm going to go Arkansas.
Okay.
I know Franklin and them at Penn State have got a pretty good thing going. Clifford's fun to watch, but I like Arkansas.
Confident level?
3. They've got some big wins this year.
Fair. I'm going with Penn State. I like Penn State. Family deal. Dad's from back there.
Yeah.
Got to stick with the family.
That should be a good game.
Mm-hmm. Ohio State. Utah. The snub.
Ohio State.
Yeah.
5.
Yeah. I have 39 point on Ohio State.
Good for Utah. I think they'll have they'll show up. They'll be I don't know what they'll be able to get going on offense.
Yeah.
I think Ohio State's just too explosive. They just got too much talent. I don't know if they got guys sitting out. I know they got like 3 first-round wide receivers or something ridiculous or whatever. But
yeah.
So that might, and even with that, I mean, next man up, Ohio State's stacked. So I think they'll be just fine.
I have not done my research on Ohio State players opting out.
Their 4th-string quarterback's gone.
Yes, he is. And so, with the greatest haircut. Taking that to Texas.
Or lack of haircut.
K-State, LSU.
I can see K-State winning this game, but I would like to think LSU. But I don't know. They got guys leaving and doing the same type of deal, so I don't even know what type of team LSU is going to have out there. So
they lost what's reported to be one of the best strength coaches in the business. They lost
quarterback,
their DB coach. They lost their whole staff.
I think with all that stuff going on, I just don't know who's going to be on the field for LSU. It's SEC talent, but I think Kansas State's going to be just ready to go out there and prove that they can match up and play. So
who do you got?
Kansas State.
Sorry. I'm sorry about that. Conference level?
2.
Who is your national champion?
Roll Tide.
Let's see who.
After watching them play Georgia, man, if they can just come out and play like that, I don't think anyone. I don't know.
Do you have a confident level on Alabama winning national championship?
Who are they? It's going to be either Georgia or Michigan.
Or Cincinnati.
Georgia, I guess I picked. Or Cincinnati, yeah. Probably pretty high still.
Okay.
4.
I always save my 44-point game or whatever the highest is each year for the national championship, just so I have the most amount of investment in that game.
At that game at the end of the year.
That's
no,
why
I usually do the same.
I save
especially
it for
if it's
that.
Alabama against a team that.
I think Alabama-Georgia rematch would be interesting. I think Alabama-Michigan would
not.
be really interesting.
Yeah, that'd be the only thing.
Maybe not.
I would love to see it be a great. I'd love to see the Georgia defense make the right adjustments and have a great game. But having seen them not, it'd be fun to see what Michigan was able to bring to the table. Both got great defenses, but I think it'll be good either way.
You don't have to listen to us. In fact, we encourage you not to, because we think we're right.
But pick against us. See if you're.
But you can join us. We have the Backups Pod group on the ESPN Bowl Mania. Let's see here. I'm going to open up ESPN Bowl Mania here. And so you can pick your own. By the way, just so you know, the format changed this year. I'm not a big fan of the format change, to be totally honest. But what you do is you find this. This is not in chronological order. This is in the points picked per win, which you just saw. And so, let's say Connor wanted to pick Iowa over Kentucky, which he clearly does not. You click on that. You ask for how many points, how confident you are. I am not super confident like I went over on this. I could see Iowa playing this tough. I did pick Kentucky, but I only have them at 4. And then you can move around this. So let's say I was more confident.
The new format's not as nice as last year.
It's not. I like the drag and drop. But, so listen, ESPN.
Yeah, I know you're watching.
Yeah.
I know you're listening.
But still, cool deal here. To get in on this, we have a good group. I'm excited. It's called the Backups Pod Picks. As of right now, we have 18 people in our group, or 18 picks. Give yourself a better name than ESPN 669938831. Hopefully that's not somebody's phone number.
ESPN is my phone number.
ESPN. So you'll be going against all these people. One person named IB Walt. We got to assume that's Walt Harmon.
I think I know who that is. Yeah.
So there's some good ones in
Get
here.
in there, tell your friends. Make it a big league.
Invite
we got a trophy.
your friends.
We got a trophy.
We got a trophy. Did I give you a trophy last year?
I've never received a trophy, but this year there will
there's
be a
gonna be
trophy.
one.
He said it.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna make 3 trophies, and he's gonna get 2 of them retroactively.
We'll get a chance to.
We'll mail you a trophy if you live anywhere mail goes. I think mail goes everywhere.
And if you're within Anchorage, we'll drop it off.
We'll drop off. It's easier if you win and you're in Anchorage.
Yes.
That'd be good. You know what we don't? If you're a Fairbanks listener, you might be out of luck.
Whenever you come to Anchorage, let us know. We'll get a trophy.
Shoot. Oh, this was fun.
It was fun.
It's fun. Join us. Join us in the fun.
There's a lot of bowl games. There's a lot to get through. But it was good to talk it out a little bit.
I think the coolest part about bowl season, is sitting next to the fire.
Sitting next to the warm
sitting
fire.
next to the warm fire. There's a game every day. It's almost like fantasy football every day. It's like fantasy baseball.
Ooh.
Something you can kind of check every day. And so
fun.
And you have an active interest in every single game.
Yeah.
From the Frisco to the Gasparilla Bowl.
And you're sitting there rooting for teams, like you said, you haven't watched all year, and you don't really know much about them, but you're sitting there, excited for them.
And they're playing in Fenway Park.
Yeah.
And they're playing in Yankee Stadium.
Or
It's
the Bahamas
weird.
and cool stuff. Yeah, for sure.
I think that the coaches and the opting out, I'm not against it. I think it's an interesting thing to watch. It's when coming to picking games, it makes it more fun.
Yeah, well, it just makes it he's a lot more unknown.
Blake Bost, the
basket at A&M.
Yeah, he might. That might be
Like
the
I
only
said.
game he might ball out. But that still might be the only game he ever balls out. It's a special story.
Yeah,
So bowl
it's
season
cool.
is special.
Kids taking advantage of the opportunities for sure.
Yep. So I'm excited. I'd be really excited to have an 18 playoff.
Yeah.
Personally, I'd like to
Moving
see
forward.
a few more in. You can still maintain all the bowl games, and so
Yeah,
I mean,
they'll just attract more money if anything.
That's
Add a
what
couple of these bigger bowl games and make them playoff games.
Yep.
Easy peasy.
Yep, absolutely. Or maybe open up with the first round Gasparilla Bowl or Tony the Tiger Bowl. Tony the Tiger, first round of the college
football
national
playoff.
championship.
We've been working all year for the Tony Tiger Bowl. All right, we gotta go show. We gotta win.
Oh shoot! Well, that was fun.
It was fun.
The games start Friday morning at 8:00 Alaska time. So wherever you're at, watching, listening, get your picks in. You can spend an hour talking about them, and probably way too many hours.
A lot of wasted time.
A lot of wasted time, but it's fun. It's a lot of fun.
It's fun, so it's not time wasted.
Yeah, there you go. I like that. A learning experience. I'm Timothy Davis. I coach football.
Connor
He
B.
is-
Feckley, and I am Connor B. Feckley.
He is. What do you do, Connor B. Feckley?
Oh yeah, I coach football.
That's convenient.
And I talk about Bowl Mania.
Yeah.
That's about it.
And,
Only two.
and that's all convenient because this was a football podcast, live-ish. Have a good night, everybody.
See ya.